Yeah, Allah Akbar. God is good. The Muslim isn't brave enough to say it in Idaho, but I am. Fuck y'all. So, y'all been paying attention to your Facebook news? Oh, yeah. Sweaty Teddy, the Motor City Madman, has volunteered to buy Kyle Rittenhouse a lifetime supply of ammunition.
Wow.
And as someone who was given an NRA membership at birth, I am down with that because applied properly, one bullet is in fact a lifetime supply. These cold temperatures and talk of guns making me think of romance. So I think I'll share with you guys my favorite love story of all time. My grandmother married 7 times. Found the love of her life at 62 years old. My grandpa Johnny, who was 20 years younger than her, oh yeah, grandma was a goer. The love of her life. The love of his life. We had high hopes that Johnny would outlive Gran, but that's not the way it happened. I know. But it's still a beautiful love story. Johnny went to walk the dogs. Grandma was making lunch. He came back and was like, honey, I think it's time to take that tuna tug to Pound Town. And they got it on. Now, Grandma getting it on a nooner at 85 years old, yeah. Fuck yeah. Just because there is snow on the roof doesn't mean there isn't fire in the furnace, motherfuckers. And that Johnny was wildly, madly in love with Gran, and even with a 20-year difference, still wanted to do this thing with her. But he didn't know about the massive blood clot, which did indeed kill him while he was on top of my grandmother. But, gentlemen, tell me if I'm lying. Tell me if I'm fucking lying. The first time you had sex, what did you think? I hope I die doing this. I hope I die doing this. So Johnny won. This was the absolute love of his life. When she walked in the room, he saw nothing else. And he died fucking her.
Yeah!
Love you, Grandpa Johnny. Now, he did leave my grandma alone, which was kind of... And I imagine that was a rough day for Gran. Thank God the Alzheimer's had kicked in. She forgot that Johnny was dead and that he died fucking her. Thank God. But I can claim that I come from a lineage of women who can, in fact, fuck a man to death. My name is Tanya Cope, and my friends are shorten that to taco. You have a great night, friends.
Still going for taco, everyone. I left the phone up here, so it's mine now. That's the rules. First time I had sex, I definitely didn't think I want to die. That was the only time I've ever not thought that, to be honest. Very confusing to me. Your next comic, I can't see again, so I'm just going to hope they're around. Yay, he's real. It's me. I never know. Your next comic, he's been gone for so long, he went back to Alaska, because he's a polar bear or something. And he's back here, and we're happy to have him, and his intro sucks ass, but he's going to be good anyway. Please on the stage, Danny Munson, everyone.
Is that you? Thank you, yeah. I'm from Alaska, so yeah, we can talk about that. So here's what I fucking hate about Sarah Palin, all right? First of all, before she came into the national scene, nobody really knew if Alaska was a part of the United States, was it Canada, nobody cared. They didn't give a shit about us. The real thing that I really fucking hate about her is she is way too accurate of a representation of who we are. It's like a one giant trailer park. That's my home state. So it turns out squirrels don't need tails. I mean, to survive in the wild they do, but to like get loose in my dad's living room and then have him call me and be like, hey, can you help me track down this fucking squirrel? I'm like, why is there a squirrel in your living room? And he's like, well, the fucking squirrel lady had an extra squirrel and this time it doesn't have a tail. And I was like, what do you mean this time? And he's like, well, the last one had a bum leg. And then he almost got arrested at PetSmart. It's illegal to own a squirrel, apparently. I guess. You know what's not illegal? Is to run them over with your car. No one gives a shit about that. But the second you try and take one in and give it a home, you're a fucking criminal. The second you try to like care for a little fucking squirrel and teach it how to live and strap a hand grenade to it and send it to the fucking mall, you're a criminal. At least it's original, right? I'm sick of shit getting canceled. I'll fucking say it. Like band practice. Gets canceled 3 times a fucking week. I'm a musician. It was cool in your 20s. It's cool. In your 30s, it's just like, you know, get a job and sell your fucking 4 drum sets. Why do I have 4? What the fuck was I thinking? I just like it was an addiction. I don't know, man. Just buying drum sets. One thing I do like about musicians is that they're really, really creative people. Especially when it comes to like coming up with reasons why they can't make it tonight. Like this one time I spent like 2 years looking for a bass guitarist. Fuck you, Aaron, for not telling me sooner that you're a bass guitarist, by the way. And we kept finding them, and the one dude, he was okay. He had made his own amplifier, which was weird, and then I was talking to him, and he was like, yeah, you know, I committed some violent crimes in my past, but it was really comforting to find out that it wasn't my fault. It was a condition that I had. I'm schizophrenic. So he was out. and then this other bass guitarist, I tried to invite him over on a Saturday, and he's like, oh man, I had a really busy work week. I'm just trying to decompress. I thought that, you know, yeah, okay. That's what. The next bass player, he was like, hey man, I can't make it to band practice because I shattered my hand. And I was like, bro, you don't have to go that far. You could say I sprained my hand or I broke my hand. Like, what the shattered? That's a little aggressive. And then he sent me a picture of his shattered fucking hand, the x-ray. That's what I thought at first too. And then I looked at it and I'm like, that's a picture of his left hand. He's a right-handed. Some bullshit. You can just say no. Okay, I'm Danny. That's my time. Thanks.